So another thing that I saw, which was really interesting to me, was this Bethesda collaboration that was announced. Let me just pull it
Okay.
up on.
Oh, the whole Rage 2 thing?
Yeah. So I thought this was really interesting because I've never seen something like this. I mean, I don't think globally. So Bethesda announced, this was on the 11th of March, that they're doing what are they doing? They're going to the Surf Pro at Manly Beach, going for an early hands-on of Rage 2 at the Hotel Stein? How do you say I pronounce that?
Stein. Or
Stein?
Hotel
From March
Stein?
21 to
Stain?
24.
Stein.
So that's really cool.
Stein.
Like,
That is
they're,
actually really cool.
there's a
Especially,
Surf Pro event and they're going to be doing gaming there. Like, that's awesome.
yeah, exactly. I mean, question though. I mean, I don't think we'll have the actual answer, but do you think it's going to be a full playthrough or just like a demo, like player, just a little bit
Does
of
it
a touch
matter?
on Rage?
Probably
I
just
mean,
a
it doesn't
demo,
matter,
but
Yeah.
but I personally am not extremely excited about Rage 2. I mean, I played Rage 1 and it was great, but from what I've seen about Rage 2, I think it's going to require me having a pretty in-depth kind of look at the game before I actually go out and buy it.
I would
So,
probably be
I'd
inclined to say that this is Bethesda's redeeming for their last.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like that's
Oh, right,
probably
yeah.
the exact same thing.
Well,
it's a bit of a redeemer.
I'm a big fan
them
of
throwing their
Bethesda's
neck out,
marketing team.
for
I
sure.
think the Bethesda's Australian marketing team, Kelsey and her crew, have been killing it lately. Like when they launched the Bethesda Twitter, um, really good ideas, a lot of engagement, and this is a really unique idea that I think, regardless of whether the game's good or whether the demo is good, or it doesn't really matter. What I love about this is that they're thinking outside the box and they're combining like two things that you don't really think would go together, but you know, looking at different audiences.
I guess it's fitting for Rage, like because it is that sort of post, like apocalyptic punk type thing, and I
Yeah,
guess sort of with the surfing aspect. So it's clever, like it's
Yeah,
really good. Yeah.
definitely like the demographics still very similar. Like,
Yep.
so yeah,
it's a very
I
interesting
just love
concept
this.
for
I think
sure.
it's a really cool idea from them.
It's
And
a
I'm a
massive
big fan
different
of the
take.
guys over at Bethesda in general. So I do um, like they started focusing on their Twitter. Like I sound like a Bethesda fanboy, and I honestly I'm not really. I'm just a fan of their marketing team.
Their marketing team does crazy work.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of their
that's
stuff.
Kelsey there. She's one of the marketing managers, and
Yeah,
so
they do crazy work. Like I gotta give Bethesda credit where credit's due. They are a crazily progressive company. They are on top of stuff very
Oh
quickly.
yeah, 100%.
yeah, despite maybe some of the games not being
Not
quite
exactly
up to
brilliant.
scratch, but yeah,
Well, that's
still trying.
that's out of their hands. That's out of their hands.
Once they make it, the only thing they can really do is make it better. So,
Yeah.
at the end
so
of the
that'll be
day, it's all
cool.
about
I'm
them.
interested to see how that turns out in a couple of days.
Yeah,
Next
exactly.
week, I
I
think
mean,
it was.
personally, I'm not 100% certain how the whole surfing experience is going to come into it. Like, I feel like people are either going to play the video game or surf. But I mean, if they're there for the whole point of being there to support the Bethesda and Rage, I mean, I can't really fault that. I can't really stick my nose in and say, no, you need to do this better. So
Yeah.
it's exciting.
I think it's a good thing. Like it's bringing gaming more mainstream into like the public eye. That's it does get a bad rap at times with certain things. So it's good. Like it's good exposure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
and
more that they can do it like authentically, with audiences that you wouldn't necessarily think are gamers, like surfing, you'd think that those guys are just out, out in the sun every
Surfing.
day. They're not really gonna sit at home on the couch or have a PC. But if those guys, if you can take pictures of like surf pros playing Rage 2, that's really great
That's
marketing.
massive marketing.
Yeah.
And especially if they're on board to like help promote that too. That is just an immense step
Even
forward.
if they just rock up and just say, well, "What's this?" and you just snap a photo, like that's
Yeah.
awesome. So yeah,
Like if you can cop like a free like retweet or something out of them, if you go up to them and be like, "Hey, look, we got this photo. It's a really nice photo. Would you mind retweeting it on Twitter?" If they even just retweet or quote tweet that, that's marketing in your hands for free. So
and you can't buy that publicity. Like,
no, exactly. It's their influence is crazy, especially surfers. If it's nice, especially to see the two endemics or like essentially Bethesda taking two endemics that are not really related and don't really have any correlation in esports right now, and just throwing them together and saying, we're trying to stick our nose out and do something great for this game and introduce it to new people that otherwise probably would never have heard of it.
Yeah.
Like, they're doing great things. I got
And
to
there's a
give them
lot
credit.
more of that that's happening in general in esports globally. And I think Australia and New Zealand are even sometimes behind the curve a bit with companies willing to take risks,
Yeah.
to get into the gaming and esports scene. But it's happening more and more, and we'll talk about all those announcements as they come out, over the next few months on this show for sure, because that's something that's really important to the growth of esports, and Twitch and just gaming in general, is to have a lot more mainstream acceptance, which has been getting more and more better over the last 2 years, particularly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's like in